heavy load, and it will take some real strength. A heavy load, a heavy load, and it will take some real strength.
We get all our information through the media these days, and if we're getting a biased message, we're going to react in a biased way. So you have government ministers in the Israeli government having their say, putting their case. And where are the people from the Palestinian side? You might get someone from Oxfam or Warren Once, situated in Gaza, but where are the government spokesmen? They're not there, they're absent. And I think the way the media reports the conflict, as they call it, is by omission. They just omit so many things, so you never have a context. So yes, they are shooting rockets into Israel, but they don't. But these are an occupied people, and we all have a right to defend ourselves. Well, the plan is that we're going to go up to the BBC headquarters in Cardiff and go straight into the lobby, and there'll be 3 of us, and 2 of us are going to hopefully glue our hands to whatever surface the doors, hopefully. We'd like to block the exits to slow down journalists, because we really hope that way we might get our message across. And the message is, can you please begin to report fairly on what's happening in Israel, Palestine? The coverage of Gaza has been pathetic. BBC prevents reporting. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they do. So can you just tell me exactly what you're doing?
We're really unhappy with the BBC's coverage of what's been happening in Gaza. With the Israeli F-16s have been bombing the hell out of Gaza City, and the way the BBC covered it has been really outrageous. It's been very one-sided. There's a lot of voice being given to Israeli ministers from the government, but very few from Hamas.
Exactly what you've private property.
We've glued ourselves, we're super glued here, we can't remove ourselves, and that's our protest, because we want to speak to someone high up in the BBC, and this way we hope they'll come and speak to us.
There's no one here, I'm afraid.
Well, we'll just stay until... Well, that's okay, you'll have to get us off, but you won't be able to pull us off. We're super glued. And we have witnesses if you try to harm us.
So can you tell me what are you doing with your hands there?
I've super glued them and I'm grasping this particular piece of glass, you know.
Okay. And what's that particular bit of glass doing?
It's beefing at me. I think it's part of the security gate. It's sensed an intruder, so it's complaining about it.
Okay. So you have a flag around your shoulders there. Can you explain why? That's
a Palestinian flag. The object of this protest is to draw attention to the BBC's uneven coverage of the war. Well, the war by Israel on Palestine. But they don't over-highlight the disparity in casualties. They never refer to the fact that Hamas is a democratically elected government, not just of Gaza, but of the whole of Palestine.
I'll tell you what. Okay,
you're going to have to agree.
Somebody's going to come out here and talk to these guys. Let me film that.
No, we're not letting you film it. It's to do with the press office. They're in charge of what gets filmed in the BBC. You're on private property. I'm afraid so you're going to have to put a camera down.
Take some real strength. A heavy load, and it will take some real strength. In Ramallah they shoot us down.
By doing what you're doing, that's quite an extreme act. Do you think that's going a bit too far?
I don't think you can go too far. I feel personally I would go to any lengths other than harming another human being, because who's listening? I mean, if the media is the message these days, how do you need to get coverage, and the only way to get coverage is doing something dramatic. They're only interested in drama, and we have to give them drama. If that's what it needs to happen, that's what we're going to do.